Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Midvale Speedway. It is the 11th night of the 2013 racing season. We've got heat races coming up for the pure stocks, the compacts, the mini trucks, and the fun packs. And Gary Hoopengarner and Austin Harvey to the green in turn number 4. 8 laps the distance in our first heat. We're underway. Into the first corner we go. We've got Hoopengarner on the bottom, driving that car for the first time. Back into the second spot goes Harvey in the 112 as Shimko look to the high groove, opening up the bottom. Here is the 77 of Miller for second. Miller for the number 2 spot. Locked up the tires going into the corner, and around goes the 77, and there went the rear end. 77 of Todd Miller busting the rear end. Axel coming out of the 77. And Oliver going into the lead. He will clear, and now it's 3 wide for second. Harvey now getting up to speed. Boron's going to get shuffled back in the 82 car. The battle for second between the youngster Austin Harvey and Bill Shimko. Shimko sideways. Harvey avoids him, and Shimko takes over the runner-up spot. On the move is top qualifier and last feature winner in this division, Rick Elkins Jr. The 62 is up to third, setting his sights on Shimko for second as Oliver leads lap number 3 at the line complete. Oliver followed by Shimko, but he opens up the bottom, and Elkins is going to go down there to fill it. Elkins gets up to the door going into the third corner. Shimko giving him a little bit of room, keeps the bottom lane open. It is Elkins on the inside of Shimko for second. Elkins on the inside of Shimko, down the back straightaway into the third corner. Shimko still giving him a little bit of room on the inside lane. Now he gets sideways, nearly spins the car. Dirt tracks it in the upper lane. Down the banking in front of the field. Look out, Schweitzer locks it down. So does the 112 of Harvey, 82 car of Boron, and that could have been deadly for those competitors. So they come up on the 13 of Shimko. Just barely missed his own track record tonight. He turned a 16.108 in qualifying. He set the track record at a 16.107. And the green flag is out in turn number 4, underway. This pure stock fast heat again. As Oliver runs the bottom, Elkins runs the outside. Up the track they go. Elkins, plenty of forward bite in that second groove. On the exit of turn number 2, he inches forward, nearly takes over the lead, and he will on the front stretch. Elkins into the lead. Oliver falls into the second spot. It was 2 to go that time. Elkins making quick work in this pure stock heat race of his competitors. Schweitzer down for third with Hoopengarner. White flag this time. 1 to go for the Waynesburg driver, Rick Elkins Jr. Hoopengarner checks up in corner 4. Schweitzer looks for an opening to get by. So far hasn't found one, and it doesn't look like he will. Battle for the final couple of spots as the Waynesburg driver Rick Elkins Jr. will bring home the first victory of the night. Second spot to Oliver, third to Hoopengarner, fourth to Schweitzer, fifth spot to Harvey. Finishing 6th is Boron, 7th position to the 13 of Bill Shimko. 16.107, then he won the feature. Tonight he nearly set the track record, a 16.108, missed it by 1,000th of a second. He wins the fast heat. Let's hear it for Rick Elkins Jr., Stewart Flooring World Import Automotive, number 62. Ron Hoopengarner Jr. and the 39 of Brian Lewis. Here we go, 8 laps, second heat for the pure stocks. Hoopengarner goes out front. Lewis gets to the bottom, gets some contact from behind. He then gets into the 68 car of Hoopengarner, turns him around in turn number 2. And caution flag comes out. It will be a complete restart. And I don't think this is going to be a good restart. I'm just kind of doubting it right now. And I would be correct. Slowed pace down through turn number 3. We'll see if the 68 of Hoopengarner is able to get it in gear. Coming to 4 to the green. Here we go for the restart. It's underway, and the 68 of Hoopengarner pulls off into the infield. Green flag is out. We're underway. Anders in the 18, Lewis in the 39, the 3 car of Early, and the 5 car of Vince Martin. First through fourth, Bob Passwater Sr. running in the number 5 spot. Leading the way is Anders, the 18. Vince Martin, 3 wide down into the corner, and we've got contact. Tom Early, great job to steer out of it. He had some contact from the 39 of Lewis in that 3 wide battle. And now Vince Martin has caught Anders, front of the field, for the lead. For the third spot, Lewis going to slide down toward the infield, locks up the front tires in the grass, keeps on rolling. Still underway with the Anders car leading the way. Second spot, the 5 of Martin. Martin looking to the inside, couldn't find an opening there. Anders leading. It'll be halfway this time, 4 laps in, 4 to go. Martin continues to try inside, doesn't want to use that second groove, I guess. Now he's taking a look out there. Now he's got the opening to the bottom. There comes Martin, found the opening to the inside. He's going to take over the number 1 spot. Vince Martin into the lead. Back to second goes Anders. They're closing on Brian Lewis, who's about to go down a lap. Lewis moving to the high lane, letting the leader squeeze by to the inside. Vince Martin gets through. And Lewis is going to spin it. And a hard impact as the 18 of Anders slams into him. So Lewis, right in front of the second place car, loses it and brings out the caution. 6, make it 5 laps on the board. 5 laps complete. 3 laps to go, and heavy damage for Kyle Anders and Brian Lewis. Vince Martin, Tom Early, and Bob Passwater Sr. for the green in turn number 4. Vince Martin back out front into the lead while the 3 car of Early falls into the second spot. Passwater's running in third. Martin pulling away. 1 to go for Vince Martin. Passwater Sr. closing on Early for the number 2 spot, but it is the Canton Car Connection, Twins Auto Sales, Finish Line Design, Shelby Sweets and Treats, Hoops Auto number 5 of Vince Martin, the heat race win. Tom Early second, and Bob Passwater Sr. pulls off a 3rd place finish. Once again, the Canton Car Connection, Twins Auto Sales, Finish Line Design, Shelby Sweets and Treats, and Hoops Auto number 5. Put your hands together for the winner, Vince Martin. Two heat races complete for the Midvale Speedway JD Byrider Pure Stock Division. And rounding it out, the 36. And the 36 car, driven by Rich Dunlap, starting at the tail of the heat race. Rich Dunlap from New Philadelphia, the M&D Design Ride. It is a battle for the number 1 spot between Schneider in the 157 and Oliver in the 19. Schneider on the low lane will go into the lead in 1 and 2. Clayton Oliver trying to fight back, and we've got Swaney, we've got Grove, and we've got Renneker turning around down in turn number 2. Ready for the restart. Green will wave coming out of turn number 4. Terry Coletti looks him over, and we're underway. Schneider sideways down through 1 and 2. He's going to go up the track. That opens the inside lane. Here comes the 09 car of Ennis. 31 car of Grove will also go to the inside groove, and Grove up to second. Braden Swaney, the point leader, the 27 up to third. 2 laps complete, 6 to go, and Kyle Grove is all over the 09 of Wes Ennis. Grove looking to the low side. Clayton Oliver with a flat left front tire in the 19 pulls off into the infield. Ennis with a big lead build up over Swaney. Halfway shown this time, the cross flag signifying 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for the 09 of West Ennis. Kyle Grove having some problems in the 31. He's going to take his ride to the pits. Rich Dunlap started at the back of the field in this 36 car, and he's going for second now. Rich Dunlap for the second spot on the inside of Braden Swaney. Good run for Dunlap. Jeffrey Orr caught in the second lane right now. He looks for an opening. Orr currently second in points. Braden Swaney, the point leader in the 27. But it's Ennis in this one, leading with 2 to go. Here Jeffrey Orr letting off extremely early. He's being held up a little bit by the second and third place cars. White flag this time for the new Philadelphia driver, Wes Ennis. Ennis takes his car toward turn number 3. He'll race to 4, the H&H Cleaning Haas Body Shop. Ennis hauling Big D Tires 09. Wes Ennis, the winner in heat number 1. Dunlap second, Orr third. Swaney comes home 4th. Once again, your winner in the H&H Cleaning Haas Body Shop. Ennis hauling Big D Tires 09 comes in 7th in the points. A lot of bad luck this season, but not in that heat race. He brings home the win. Let's hear it for Wes Ennis. Spectator drag entry list is right up here at the main scoring tower on the front patio. There's no cost. The 80 is Brad McLean, and the green is out. Turn 4, good start for the second heat in the compact division. 69 of Alan Clark, sponsored by Ember Complete Care, Parkway Auto Group, Advantage Bank, and Dennison Yard. And Brad McLean with continued problems on the 80 as he takes his ride into the pits. Still double wide formation throughout the field. Swaney leading by inches over Frederick, but Frederick more power will lead at the line. A.J. Vasilou looked to make it 3 wide momentarily. Waylon Orr losing a bumper cover, but it's up and out of the way up along the outside wall. Caution flag coming out for the bumper cover that's way up along the outside retaining wall. 57 of Swaney come in for the green, and we are underway. Blaine Salisbury in the 29 will look to the inside and going to go yellow for a failed start. The green is out, and that time a good restart. They go off into the first turn, and Frederick goes back out into the lead. Nearly opened the bottom up for Salisbury, who wasn't quite low enough to get underneath him. Your leader, car number 41, Tim Frederick, 3 laps in, 5 to go. Frederick out front. Salisbury inching into second. There comes the number 4 of Anthony Vasilou to the second groove. Vasilou for third. Swaney goes back to the low lane. Vasilou now for second, but not anymore. Opening up the bottom was Frederick, but then Salisbury checks up to avoid hitting him, and that keeps the outside lane open for the number 4 of Vasilou. Still the inside lane opening up. Frederick up the track, taking the lane away from Vasilou. Salisbury gets to the low lane. Now some contact made. Ricocheting off one another. They go down into the corner. Vasilou and Frederick get together. Around goes Vasilou, and caution flag is out. Very fast car going off on the tow truck into the pits. Some work to do there. Frederick restarting in the number 6 spot. Green flag coming off of turn 4, underway for the rest of this compact heat. 57 of Swaney just having a hard time tonight with the power plant in that car. Was definitely not up to speed in the qualifying action either. Oh, Waylon Orr hard into the corner. Thought he was going to slide up into the 57 of Swaney, but there was some room between them. Waylon Orr up into the number 3 spot. Leading the way is Salisbury. Second is Clark. Third is Orr. Fourth is Swaney. And Clark is ready to make a move on Blaine Salisbury, but he's got just one lap to do it. White flag this time. 1 to go for the 29 of Salisbury. Clark looking low. Contact made. Boy, Salisbury, great job to steer out of a possible crash as Waylon Orr now goes to the outside for second. The checkered is out, and Blaine Salisbury is going to claim the win. Clark second, third spot to Orr, fourth spot to Swaney, and fifth spot to the 9 of Vassalou. Your winner, the 29, Blaine Salisbury. PhilChalmers.com, M&D Design, Route 39 Auto Salvage, and Tap and Drive-Thru sponsored car. Salisbury claimed a second feature win a couple of weeks ago and now claims the second heat race win here tonight. She picked up her first heat race win a couple of weeks ago. 14-year-old driver, a female in our compacts. Green flag, turn 4, and Struski just not going. Yellow flag going to come out. They'll give it another try. Kyle Finlayson, Eugene Kopp Jr., and then the final row of Gary Gibson and Brent Schreffler, and the green is out, and again, Struski will drop like a rock, and definitely not in the right gear. For the number 2 position, Eugene Kopp Jr. in the 158, running the outside of Cottis up front now for the lead, as the 15 of Finlayson also closes. Finlayson in the second spot, racing with the 158 of Kopp. Gibson for third, inside of Kopp. Gibson into the third spot. Definitely the quickest car on the track right now is Gibson in the 83 into the outside of Kyle Finlayson. For second goes Gibson. Finlayson now to the outside of Colton Cottis for the race lead. We saw Finlayson pick up a win in spectator drags a few weeks ago, and now he's going for the number 1 spot in this third heat race, and we're halfway. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go in the compacts. Cottis leading the way, but Finlayson is fighting hard in the outside lane. Gibson, if he gets an opening to the bottom, he's going to fill it. 3 to go. Finlayson leads at the line that time, but Cottis is fighting back on the inside groove. Gibson is there. More power. Gibson to the inside. Doesn't quite get in far enough. 2 laps to go. 6 in, 2 to go for Cottis, Finlayson, and Gibson. Gibson threading the needle. Through the middle goes Gary Gibson. Now Finlayson's going to try to do the same thing. Goes back to the inside of Gibson. See if it opens back up through the middle for Finlayson. White flag this time. 1 to go. Who will do it a lap from now? Cottis at the line with 1 to go. Gibson tries to close the door. Cottis was still there. Now Finlayson looking to make it 3 wide. Finlayson down onto the grass as he ran out of room. Still racing for second. Down into the corner we go. We race to the checkered flag. It's going to be Cottis taking the victory. Second spot to Finlayson. Third to Gibson. Fourth spot to Kopp. And fifth spot to the 2 of Schreffler. See, Gibson was very fast in the 83 car. The Leggett's tire, number 50 from Sherricksville. Let's hear it for Colton Cottis. First race here at Midvale Speedway for Cottis in about a year or so. He raced for a couple of seasons in the compact and stock compact divisions. Ready for green, turn number 4 underway. 7 of Koger just not getting up to speed. The cars go around him. In the lead goes the 13 of Gerald Hahn. Second spot, Lisa Moore in the 95. More to the inside for the race lead. On the backstretch, she's found a few victories in compact heat race competition. She's in a good spot to get another one tonight. And contact between the Beatty brothers. Around goes the 75 of Chase Beatty. All spectator drag participants, get your vehicles and head to the pits. Lisa Moore and Gerald Hahn to the green. Lisa Moore into the lead, Gerald Hahn. Big time push through the middle of 1 and 2. It moves the 25 car of Jason Yohn into the second spot momentarily before Hahn fights back. But Hahn's car not turning well. Yohn will take the advantage in the third and fourth corner. Also moving up is the pretty sporty number 75 of Chase Beatty. Look out on the front stretch as the 75 of Beatty. It's turned sideways, and that's going to bring out a caution. Flat left front tire on Beatty's number 75. Yellow flag out for the 75 of Beatty. Lisa Moore and Gerald Hahn bring him in. Lisa Moore goes back out into a big advantage as the 13 of Gerald Hahn falls back several car lengths. Halfway this time, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Lisa Moore. Three to go for Lisa Moore, the number 95 ride. Coming to the white flag, 1 to go. Coming to the checkered flag, Lisa Moore will take the victory. Gerald Hahn finishes in second. Jason Yohn will take the third spot. 25th Hour Printing, Russell Tire and Battery, and M&J Auto Care. Sponsored number 95. Yet another heat race victory this season for the winner, Lisa Moore. All spectator drag participants head pit side right now with your vehicles. Spectator drags coming up after 2 more races. We've got the mini trucks ready for green coming off of 4. Calvin Tucker and Doug Decker bring them in. And already we've got the 155 of Bertram going to the bottom. Decker goes into the lead. Bertram will take over second. Shelby Salchek in the 22 will move into the number 3 spot past Tucker. And now Decker and Bertram to battle it for the final 7 laps. Bertram to the outside of Decker. For the lead, Bertram is there. Decker running a good lane though. 5 to go. And Bertram will pull alongside Decker for the number 1 spot. Bertram takes over the lead. It is halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Bertram. Two laps to go for Kyler Bertram. Bertram starting to slide sideways a little bit. Decker closing in. White flag, 1 to go. Off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, it will be Kyler Bertram taking the victory. Doug Decker finishes in the 2nd spot. Shelby Salchek driving the Justin Badgett machine, going to finish 3rd. And improvement shown this week for the number 49 of Calvin Tucker, bringing it home on the lead lap in 4th. Recycling, State Farm Insurance, Bond Heating and Cooling, Tony Newman Roofing, 155, the top qualifier. Kyler Bertram claims the win in the heat. And underway, not a good start down in the 4th corner, as the 151 of Bloom was laying back a little bit. Going to see a caution flag. A yellow flag coming out as Bloom just laying back a little too far. Now he's getting on it. Over to turn 4, much better, and we're underway. Colton Bryan into the lead. Here comes Cameron Walker in the 88 car, looking to the inside. A little bit of contact. Bryan started to come down the banking, tried to close the door. Walker was looking to the low side. The contact, though, they're able to continue on. Howard Bartholow running in the 2nd spot. He was the top qualifier tonight. Bartholow picked up a win on the big road course the last time we raced, and he's going to the outside of Colton Bryan for the lead right now. Howard Bartholow on the outside of Colton Bryan. Also Dan Bucky in the number 50 car trying to make a run to the 2nd lane. We've completed our first 2 of the scheduled 8, and Howard Bartholow is the man to beat tonight. Dan Bucky going for 3rd now. Inside of Cameron Walker, and Bucky takes 3rd. And now taking 2nd will be Bucky as he gets a run to the inside of Colton Bryan. Well, Colton Bryan nearly gets up into the wall on the backstretch. Cameron Walker gets to the inside. Oh, Walker up the track, and up into the wall they go. .88 of Walker going up and slamming into the side of the 21 car of Colton Bryan. 3 laps complete, 5 to go. .115 of Howard Bartholow going back into the lead. Dan Bucky falls into the 2nd spot. Bucky looks to the inside of Bartholow. Bartholow gives him room on the inside lane. Unable to make the move, though, and Bartholow stays out front. And Bucky got down on the rumble bumps a little bit in turns 3 and 4. We're past the halfway mark now. 4 laps in, 4 to go. It'll be 5 in at the stripe for Howard Bartholow. Barthlow leading the way, running up in the second lane with Bucky rolling around the bottom groove. Barthlow continues to open up that inside lane. Bucky hasn't been able to make the run needed yet to get by him. He's going to set him up down in 1 and 2 to pull alongside. More power in that 115. White flag, a 1 to go for Bucky and Barthlow. Bucky is pulling forward. Can Barthlow hold him off? Middle of the backstretch, just about a dead heat. Bucky drives it in hard in turn 3. I think he's going to be able to do it. Barthlow fighting strong in the second lane. He's going to fight back and claim the victory. Howard Barthlow winning the heat race for the Fun Pack division. Bucky takes a second place. Couple of good weeks in a row for this driver, the Trenton Service Bates Metal Fries Valley Storage, number 115, Howard Barthlow. Won the feature a couple of weeks ago in the Fun Packs, and coming up next it is spectator drag time here at Midvale Speedway. Do want to wish a happy birthday today to Don Harvey Sr., the father of Don Harvey Jr., the late model. Your starting field, they're going to go 15 laps of green flag racing, the fast feature for the compact division on the racetrack. Tim Frederick and A.J. Vasilou come to the green. A little bit of rubbing throughout the field. Leading the way is Frederick in the 41 car. Second place, the number 9 of A.J. Vasilou. Blaine Salisbury runs in third. 3 wide, deep in. Jeffrey Orr running the third lane. Kyle Grove caught in the middle, and on the bottom is Rich Dunlap. Big move coming off of turn 2 toward the front of the pack. Is the 28 of Waylon Orr making a run at A.J. Vasilou. Up front, leading the way, the 41 of Tim Frederick. Watching as Wes Ennis, our fast heat race winner, try to get from the back of the pack towards the front. He's mid-pack right now, following Clayton Oliver in the 19 car. Blaine Salisbury up front, a little bit of contact with the 41 of Tim Frederick. Leading the way is Frederick, but he opens up the inside lane for Salisbury. Salisbury squeezing in there. He'll pull alongside for the lead. At the front of the pack, it's Salisbury and Frederick. We have completed our first 4 laps. 4 laps in the books. 11 laps to go. To be 10 to go this time is now A.J. Vasilou for the runner-up spot. Frederick has him at the line, but Vasilou is inching forward. That car running much better tonight. Vasilou hasn't been in attendance for a few weeks. Now it's Waylon Orr in the number 28 car in the 4th spot, running the inside of Bob Schneider Jr. Schneider trying to move up. Schneider trying to move up in the outside lane. Ennis into the top 5. Clayton Oliver will try to follow. Clayton Oliver in the 19 to the bottom groove. Kyle Grove and Jeffrey Orr continue their 3 wide battles back in the field. Jeffrey Orr now goes to the inside of Kyle Grove and able to pick up a spot. We've got him 3 wide again. Braden Swaney, Clayton Oliver. Swaney and Oliver rub a little bit. They get down onto the rumble bumps but continue on. Good job of driving there to keep this race under green. We've completed 8 laps, 7 to go. We're at the halfway mark. Dunlap and Orr get together coming off the corner. Look out, Justin Riniker locks it down, and we've got a caution. Jeffrey Orr and Rich Dunlap, a couple that got together coming off of turn number 2. Of the evening, and we're underway. Frederick in the 41 car goes to the inside. Vasilou is going to get shuffled all the way to the back of the pack as he got caught in the 3rd lane, and it cost him dearly. Fast heat race winner Wes Ennis is up to 2nd. Ennis into the 2nd spot. Also on the move, driver the 1 of feature last time here, Clayton Oliver in the 19. Oliver might be the one to watch now as Oliver goes to the inside of Wes Ennis for the 2nd position. For 2nd we race with 5 laps to go. Blaine Salisbury leading for 2nd now. The 19 car of Clayton Oliver, the 09 of Wes Ennis. Here comes Schneider joining the pack. Schneider moving forward, gets up into 3rd. Kyle Grove kind of coming out of nowhere now. He's up into the top 5 and trying to throw his name into the ring. We got some contact front of the pack. Oliver and Salisbury get together. Look at this. They're all going. Oh, Salisbury turns it around. Frederick piles in. Orr piles in. And we've got him spinning and crashing on the front straightaway. Big time crash at our compact fast feature. Watch as Grove and Swaney try to get from row 2 to the front. We're underway. The green flag is out. Grove on the inside of Schneider. Gonna go yellow for a restart. Schneider wasn't quite up side by side with the 09 of Ennis. Schneider again for the restart for the green. They're underway. Good restart this time. They're side by side, door to door on the front stretch to go down into the first corner. Schneider trying it at second lane. Ennis on the inside. Fighting forward is Ennis. Each has won a feature already this season, looking to repeat as winners here tonight. So is Grove and so is Swaney, all looking to find victory lane yet again tonight, 12 laps in. It is J.D. Byrider and McDonald's night at the races 2013. An exciting first feature in the compact division on the racetrack. Grove right on the rear bumper now of Ennis. He'll go to the outside. Schneider in the middle. Grove closes the door. Grove stops in the middle of the racetrack, and Vasilou runs right into him. Ready for green coming off of the fourth corner. Here we go. As Ennis and Grove bring them in for the green. Corner 4 underway. And again, Grove's car just not getting up to speed on restarts. We saw that as an issue a couple of weeks ago, and now Dunlap and Oliver get together, and we've got carnage in turn 1 and 2. They will hit the stripe. Getting up to speed and rolling. Green is out. Here comes Swaney to the inside for the number 2 spot. Swaney looking for the number 2 spot. They'll get the white flag this time. It'll be one more lap to go for Ennis, Grove, Swaney, and Clark. There's a Grove. He cuts underneath in turn number 2, goes to the inside lane, and Kyle Grove going to the front into turn number 3 into 4, and Grove will claim the victory. Ennis finishes in the second spot. Swaney takes third. Clark finishes fourth, and finishing fifth, the 157 of Schneider. South Philly Pizza, Greg's Recovery, sponsored number 31, claiming the win tonight. Didn't look like he was going to get it, but he ended up with it. Kyle Grove, the winner tonight. Kyle, this car just does not go on starts and restarts, but you fell in line right behind Wes. He opened up the bottom coming off at 2, and you had it set up perfectly to get underneath him. Good run.
Yeah, thanks. I was trying to do everything I could to get him on that last lap. I knew I wouldn't be able to get him on the outside, so I tried to go underneath, and it worked out pretty good.
Car was good tonight. You've made some improvements on it the last couple of weeks. There's some fast cars in the compact division.
Yeah, pretty fast. When Joe's in my old car, that thing's wicked fast.
Your winner, let's hear it again for Kyle Grove, winning our first of our several features here tonight at Midvale Speedway. Point leader in the 22, Doug Decker in the 64, and Kyler Bertram in the 155. We're going 8 laps of green for the mini truck feature. We are underway. Doug Decker in the 69, and the 64 rather, goes into the lead. 155 of Bertram way sideways as he tries to get around the 22 of Badgett. Badgett and Bertram both exit turn number 4 sideways. Bertram trying to get around the 22 of Badgett so that he can close the gap on the leader. Doug Decker's built up a decent lead. A little more power in that 155 of Bertram, though. And a little too much power as he exits turn number 4 and nearly spins that truck out. We've completed 2 of our 8 laps in the mini truck feature. Looking for some more mini trucks. The rules are on midvalespeedway.com if you would like to build one to join us in our mini truck division. Good division to get started in. And Bertram has closed the gap. He's right behind Doug Decker, and again he gets sideways coming out of 2. We're going to see halfway this time. 4 laps in, 4 to go. Bertram has his hands full on the exit of the corners. Decker protecting the bottom line, making Bertram go to the outside, which is what he's got to do. And Bertram does pull alongside, heading down into the 3rd turn. 3 laps to go. Bertram there, right on the tailgate. Bertram tries high again. It will be 6 laps in and 2 to go this time for Doug Decker. Bertram right there, maybe even made a little bit of contact. He got sideways, Decker didn't. Final 2 laps now, 2 to go. Decker put a little bit. Bertram gets there, makes some more contact, nearly spins his truck out. Down into the 3rd corner. We're going to see the white flag this time. Can Decker hold off Bertram? 1 final lap to go. Bertram tries to get underneath him. Middle of the corner, makes some contact, rubbing some paint. Bertram's going to get low on him. They rub some more paint. Bertram sideways, goes down into the grass. Contact with Decker, they spin. Decker up the banking, in the corner. Here comes Badgett to the inside. And no, we're not finishing this one. Yellow flag is out. Oh boy. Wild crash for the lead in our mini trucks. They're coming to the green. Decker and Badgett in our front row. Over to turn 4, to the line. The green is out. Bertram going to the inside. And Bertram gets underneath him going into the 1st corner. Decker now giving him some room. Up the banking they go. Bertram sideways. Badgett, they clip on the backstretch. Bertram sideways toward the infield again. He comes to a near stop and will turn it around. They come to the checkered, and Decker claims the victory. Badgett finishes in the 2nd spot. Bertram gave it a try And in fact, going into the first turn, Decker gave him some room on the bottom. And the 155 just gets down the straightaway so strong, but just doesn't handle, got sideways, and then collected the 22 of Badgett, which was able to continue. Wild finish. And our mini truck feature, late models up next. Have a Honda motorcycle parked on the motorcycle pad, blue and white, Honda motorcycle. Your lights are on. He's been close a couple of times this season. Tonight, he finds the downtown Ford victory lane at Midvale Speedway, driving the number 64, former competitor in our Pure Stock and Detroit Iron divisions, has picked up a lot of feature wins over the years here at the track. And normally a Ford guy, even got his Ford hat on, but in a Chevrolet this season in the trucks, Doug Decker. Doug, congratulations on the win. I know you've been close a couple of times. You've had some bad luck with the truck. Tonight sure didn't come easy.
No, very hard-fought victory. I tried to stay down on the inside, and it looked like Craftsman Truck Series. Beat them to death.
It did look a little like that. You think when you only have 3 trucks, we're going to have a clean and green race for 8 laps. Well, that was a wild last couple of laps.
I wish it would be clean and green. It's too much work at home. I want to give credit where credit's due. Thanks to the Lord for a good, safe race, even though we beat the trucks up pretty bad.
Good run, Doug. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Doug Decker, the winner in the number 64. They're all grouped together for their class photo for this 50-lap feature tonight. Dan Bailey, the longtime photographer at Midvale Speedway, making some adjustments, getting all of the short guys to the front. Let's give our late model drivers a nice round of applause before they get going tonight here at Midvale Speedway. They do have next Saturday night off, as we've got modifieds and Super Cup stock cars, pure stocks, mini trucks, fun packs, and compacts all next Saturday. But again, the late models having next Saturday off, but still a full 6-division program on hand. Here we go. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. We will start at the back of the field and make sure you give them a nice round of applause on each and every one of the starters for all the work they put into this, making it happen here at Midvale Speedway. A veteran driver, a familiar face, a familiar name, and yes, the familiar hat on top of his head before he gets into his race car. The Sutton Pump and Supply, AW Tipco Oil and Gas, Animal Racing, Hisrigato 69, the Animal, Bob Eichel. On the inside lane, he comes every week with a crate engine and a template body. He's the only one that does that. He drives the 06. He was our Sportsman of the Year a year ago. The Baker Racing Car 06 from New Franklin, Ohio. 6th in our standings, Larry Baker. On the outside lane, the Custom Color and Collision Precision Welding number 42. Tore up this car a few weeks ago, caught up as a bystander in a crash. Put a new body on it, new paint scheme this week. Strongsville, Ohio's Tom Stankiewicz. To the inside of Stankiewicz, another familiar face over the last few years here on a weekly basis. The Franklin Sign Machine, Jesus Saves Racing number 14. From Marietta, Ohio, William Robinson. To the outside of our next row forward, just got a crate motor. Put it underneath the hood of this car a few weeks ago. He's picked up in times. The Canton Auto Sales Car 02, former front runner in our compact division from Louisville, Ohio, Jesse Page. To the inside in the Baker's Electric, Rick's West Park John George drive-through, car number 64 from Massillon, making his first start with a new body on his car in 2013 from Massillon, Ed Middaugh. To the outside of our next row forward, this driver comes from Weirton, West Virginia. Your Auto Connection, Hooper's Rock Springs Parts and Service, Sheila's Place, and TalkRacingWithMike.com. The sponsors for the Mountain State Missile, Jonathan Ritter. To the inside lane, making his first Midvale start of the season, many-time track champion, three-time main event racing series point champion. Tonight's top qualifier, the Miller Highlight, Freedom Harley Davidson, number 7, from Canton, Ohio, Rich Rohr. To the outside, our second fast qualifier, the Rosenberry Towing Tilt Lighting sponsored number 2 from New Philadelphia, Alex Rosenberry. Rosenberry 5th in the standings at Midvale despite missing a week or two to race away from here. In the number 12, on the inside lane, our most recent winner, the Finish Line Motors, Finish Line Design, Smith's Auto Sales. Number 12, current runner-up in our points. 2 feature wins this season for Canton, Ohio's Bubba Smith. To our next row forward, a 4-time feature winner this season, leads the points. What a great year it's been for the Canton Auto Salvage, Finish Line Design, Canton Auto Sales. Number 1, from Canton, Ohio, Brian Smith. Starting on the inside lane, in the black, white, and green, car number 90. Got caught up in a crash a few weeks ago, got it back together, looking good again tonight. From Delroy, Ohio, good qualifying effort for Emerson Huffman. Another veteran driver, former Sport Stock, Detroit Iron Street Stock competitor, moved into the late models and continued his success for a number of years. The Lee's Famous Recipe, Haas Body Shop, Parkway Honda, and Doug Moore. Car number 54 from New Philadelphia, Doug McMillan. To our top 5 starters. One of our top 5 in points on the inside of this row, number 3, the Landstar by Jeff Seacrest, Barnhill Investment Storage, Swan Racing Fabrication, McBride's and Liz Talati, number 17. He drives in the compact 157, the late model 17, Bob Schneider Jr. To the outside of our second row, the Williams Painting, Bob's Auto Sales, DFC Racing Carbs, A1 Auto and Spring, car number 22. A driver that has picked up a number of track championships in Northeast Ohio, from Clinton, Ohio, Mike Miller. And to the inside of that row, number 2, driving car number 42, his first late model start of the season at Midvale, bringing it out of mothballs tonight after running just practice for the main event race a few weeks ago. He's running the 82 modified as well. Car number 142, Bob Sibley Jr. To our front row starters, a rookie in the late model division has picked up a couple of runner-up finishes this season. The Dennison T-shirt graphics, Frontier Tool, Van Meters, Auto Repair, McBride, Hidden Horsepower, number 4. From New Philadelphia, 8th in the standings for Matthew Mills. And the pole sitter for tonight's 50-lap feature, brought to you by J.D. Byrider and McDonald's, a veteran racer from the modifieds to the late models. The Willison Racing, car number 18, from Minerva, Mark Willison. Let's hear it one more time for everybody in our starting field. Let's give them a round of applause. The late model division 50-lap feature, just moments from green. Pulling away in the McIntosh Oil Company late model division. Everybody get up, wave them off for 50 laps of green flag racing action at Midvale Speedway. The McIntosh Oil Company late models. It is J.D. Byrider and McDonald's night at Midvale Speedway. ready tonight for a $1,500 top prize that waits in victory lane. Bubba Smith in the 12, Alex Rosenberry in the 2, Rich Rohr the top qualifier in the 7. Then it's Jonathan Ritter in the 28, the 64 of Ed Middaugh, the 02 car of Jesse Page, the 14 of William Robinson. The field will come to green this time. Willison and Mills will need to be side by side, door to door, wheel to wheel, as they exit turn number 4 at the starting line. It's all about finishing this 50-lapper for the $1,500 chance at the end. Green flag is out. Into 1 and 2 we go. With the lead is Mark Willison in car number 18. Mills moves into the second spot. Miller running the outside in the 22. Miller, a close call on the front straightaway. Now that second lane starting to slide back a little bit. The second groove falling back a little bit as the inside lane moves forward. Mike Miller, Doug McMillan, Bryant Smith caught in that second lane, falling backward. It is now caution. Trouble in turn number 2. Caution flag is out. Yellow flag out for the 3 of Dave Martin, the 69 of Bob the Animal Eichel. Ready for the restart coming off of turn number 4. Green about to fall. Willison and Mills up front. Here we go for the green, and we are back underway. Some contact on the front straightaway. Larry Baker gets the worst end of that. Some damage to the front end of his car. He's going to take his ride into the pit area. Bad break for Larry Baker. Some cars shuffled up in front of him. It is again the outside lane starting to get shuffled back a little bit. Second groove caught and falling backwards as Mike Miller, Matthew Mills, Doug McMillan, and Bubba Smith and Emerson Huffman all caught in the wrong lane. See Alex Rosenberry, Bryant Smith, Rich Rohr. They're some of the bigger movers here early in the event. Mills still caught out there, the rookie from New Philadelphia, in that number 4 car, caught in that second lane as Mark continues. Yet another lap. Rich Rohr starting to work on the 17 car of Bob Schneider Jr. Top 2 qualifiers, Rohr and Rosenberry, making their way forward. Rosenberry, in fact, caught the rear bumper of Brian Smith, was right there in turns 1 and 2 that time. Smith thinking about a move to the outside lane. Now that opens the inside lane for Rohr on Rosenberry. Down into the corner they go. Rich Rohr and Alex Rosenberry going at it. Rosenberry strong through the second corner. Rich Rohr to the inside of Rosenberry. Brian Smith right in front of him. Rosenberry holding on to the spot at the line. Our top 2 qualifiers in a battle. Racing off the second turn, and Rich Rohr has cleared Alex Rosenberry. Now Bryant Smith in the 1 car, Rich Rohr in the 7, racing with one another. They make some contact coming off the corner. Smith and Rohr got together coming off of the 4th turn. Smith kind of left the bottom lane open a little bit. Rohr was trying to get by, and then they made contact. Willison, Sibla, and now Rohr again. Gets to the inside of Bryant Smith, and Smith keeps the door shut in the corner. Here comes Rosenberry to the outside. Slips up Willison to the second lane in corners 3 and 4. Schneider, Smith runs into him on the front stretch. Brian Smith and Mark Willison get together. Brian Smith in the 1. Coming out of the corner, Willison checked up and nearly stopped. Smith was just to the outside of Schneider and got into him on the front stretch, but Willison's car losing power, bringing out the caution. Alex Rosenberry and Matthew Mills, two of the youngsters that came from go-karts in the third row. The field really started to dwindle, and we haven't really had that many pile-ups or anything. Just that's the way it's happening right now. Green is out, turn number 4. Schneider pulls forward in the 17. Bob Schneider Jr. in the outside lane, going to make it happen. Rich Rohr goes to the outside of Sibla for the number 2 spot. Sibla on the inside, Rohr on the outside lane for the number 2 position. Brian still running the bottom. So Rich Rohr tries to make the move, pushing though in the second lane. I wonder how much that right front fender affecting the number 7 cars. He's caught in that outside groove. Car wiggles a little bit coming off of the corner as he and Brian Smith battle for the number 3 position. Now Rosenberry gets to the bottom. Down the back stretch they race. 15 laps in. It'll be 16 at the line. Smith sideways. There goes Rohr again back to the outside. Rich Rohr and Brian Smith going at it hard for 3 position. Smith and Rohr for 3rd. Car not turning for the 7 of Rohr. He'll drop back into line to the number 5 spot. Leading the way is Schneider in the 17. "19 laps in at the line for the 17 of Schneider." Field starting to go at the front of the pack, 1st through 5th. Five cars. Pretty equal laps and soon to be 6th and 7th. Joining as well as McMillan and Bubba Smith are closing. Just a few laps away from the halfway mark. Brian Smith starting to look like he's ready to make a move, but that almost opened the inside lane for Alex Rosenberry. Brian again looking high, but again he's giving up the bottom to Rosenberry, and Rosenberry's about to take it. Lap number 24 to be complete at the line this time. 24 laps in for Bob Schneider Jr. Watching as Smith, Rosenberry, and Rohr go at it for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Halfway this time, 25 in, 25 laps to go. And Brian Smith does look to the outside now. Brian Smith for the 2nd spot. Schneider and Sibla shuffle a little bit. Brian Smith for the number 2 spot on the outside groove. Smith puts it in that 2nd lane. Here comes Rosenberry as well in the 2. Smith and Rosenberry go to the 2nd lane. Schneider and Sibla on the bottom. Schneider sideways. Smith's going to take the number 1 spot. Not quite clear yet. Now he is in turn number 2. Rosenberry has taken 2nd. Now Rohr will look to the inside of Sibla for 4th. Sibla goes to the outside of Schneider, whose car seems to be fading away a little bit. Was much better early in the race. Sibla and Schneider for the 3rd spot. Ritter in the 28 car moving over for the leader, Brian Smith. Rosenberry in the number 2 spot. And then Schneider and Sibla side by side for the 3rd and 4th spots. Rohr joining that battle. Sibla's going to be able to clear him. Now it's going to be Rohr's turn. But they've got Ritter ahead in the 28 car. Rohr clears the 17 of Schneider. Schneider checks up to give him a break as the 28 car of Ritter was there. We have completed 32 laps. It'll be lap number 33 at the line this time. 33 laps in, 17 to go for Brian Smith. Smith leading the way by a few car lengths over Rosenberry, but turning very consistent laps in the 3s. Rosenberry in the 4s. That time he was in the 2s. He tried to cut down a 10. Sibla running strong in 3rd. Rohr still fighting the handle of that 7 car in 4th. Rosenberry has caught Brian Smith at the front of the pack. 12 laps to go, and Rosenberry is ready to challenge Brian Smith. Smith has won 4 features this season. Rosenberry has claimed 1, and now Smith, Bubba Smith, and Doug McMillan get together on the front stretch. Caution flag is out. Yellow flag, Doug McMillan and Bubba Smith while battling for about the 6th position. He races in that 82 car for Tom Ertl, and we're ready for green coming off of turn 4. Smith and Rosenberry to bring him in, and we are back underway at Midvale. Rosenberry goes a little bit too high in turn number 2. He's going to pull forward. Rosenberry now in the outside lane, battles with Brian Smith. Rosenberry may have clipped the wall a little bit. Rohr looks to the inside of him. We got him 3 wide in the corner. McMillan and Schneider and the 42 of Sibla gets turned around, and caution flag is out. Yellow flag out as we had him going 3 wide into the corner. Not quite enough room for 3 wide in the bottom 2 lanes. And unfortunately, Tom Stankiewicz was caught up in it in the 42.
And the only car left sitting over here is the 02 of Jesse Page.
Will Rosenberry go quite as high in 1 and 2 this time as he did last time? Will Smith be able to exit turn 2 with the lead once again? 12 laps from the finish, $1,500 on the line. Smith looking for 5 of the season. Rosenberry looking for 2, and the green is out in turn 4. Smith and Rosenberry for the number 1 spot. They go up the track on the back straightaway a little bit. Rosenberry still fighting hard on the outside lane. Rosenberry in the 2nd groove. Smith on the inside lane. Rosenberry has them at the line. Rosenberry pulling forward. Smith fighting hard inside lane. Contact a little bit. Rosenberry clears him on the backstretch. Smith nearly makes some contact. Rohr gets into Smith in the 3rd turn. 40 laps in the books, 10 laps to go. Rosenberry able to make it happen. Smith in second, Roar in third. Caution flag is out, yellow out. Mike Miller has spun in turn number 4, brings out the caution. Coming to green in turn number 4. Here we go. Rosenberry and Smith. That's not going to cut it. Caution flag. Caution flag out for a failed restart. Rosenberry started a little early last time. They bring him to turn number 4. That's a good one. They're underway. Brian Smith caught in the outside lane. Boy, Bubba Smith and Schneider, they get together coming off of the second corner. They go down into the infield, and that's going to bring out the yellow. We had them stacking up. I think it was mid on the 64. Barry pulled ahead. Rich Rohr was challenging for the number 2 spot. Here we go again. Rosenberry and Smith to turn 3. Go off into turn 4. They're underway. Green is out. Good restart for the front row starters. Down into the corner we go. Rosenberry on the bottom rolls the bottom lane well. Smith still fighting in the outside lane. He will get down and close the door on Rohr this time. He saw what happened last time when he didn't. And we're rolling with 8 to go. It will be 43 in, 7 laps to go this time for the number 2 car of Alex Rosenberry. Five laps to go, 45 in, 5 to go. Rosenberry leads the way. Brian Smith in second. Rohr right behind him in third. Three to go this time for Rosenberry in the 2. Jonathan Ritter again pulls pit side in the 28 car. 2 laps to go for Alex Rosenberry. White flag this time, 1 to go for Rosenberry. Smith and Rohr. The new Philadelphia driver in the Rosenberry towing tilt lighting car number 2, Alex Rosenberry claims the victory. Brian Smith in second. And the number 7 of Rich Rohr finishing in the 3rd spot. Finishing 4th is mid-off 5th spot to the number 12 car of Bubba Smith. 6th to McMillan, 7th to Mills, and 8th to Miller as we complete our J.D. Byrider McDonald's 50-lap feature at Midvale Speedway.
Great night. Happy Dad.
Absolutely. Go celebrate in victory lane. That was Tad Rosenberry. Good battle up front between those top 3 guys. The difference was that caution that allowed Rosenberry to go to the outside of Brian Smith on the restart with about 12 to go.
Top 3 finishers, some cars that were wicked fast. Rosenberry got it done tonight, no doubt. That number 2 car, he and Rohr made a lot of big moves early, as they were the top 2 in qualifying, and Smith was one of those making his way to the front. And I think our 3 fastest cars in that race did definitely come to the front and finish 1, 2, 3. As the Rosenberry towing tilt lighting sponsored number 2 claims his 2nd win of the season. Biggest win of his career, though, in late model competition coming tonight here at Midvale Speedway. The youngster, a teenage driver from New Philadelphia, running some with the main event series and some with the JEG CRA series this year as well. Let's hear it for Alex Rosenberry. Alex, that's a big win tonight. What a field of late models. 19 started the race. You've got Bob Sibley Jr., you've got Mike Miller, you've got Bryant and Bubba Smith, you've got Rich Rohr in the starting field. What a field of late models tonight. You were second quick in qualifying, kind of shuffled up through, made some good moves early, got to the front, and then the restart, you got a second try at it, and that made the difference.
Yeah, fun all night. Car was pretty good. The restart, that first one wasn't very good. I don't know what Bryant, he didn't go when I did. I thought I was supposed to set the pace, but the next two, I got a real good restart and got into the wall out here pretty hard. Didn't know if it was rubbing the right front or not, so I stopped over there. But overall, a good night. Thanks to Tilt, Rosemary Towing, Mom, Dad, Larry, Grandma, Grandpa, Todd, Uncle Jeff, Uncle Dave, John Ress, and everyone that's been a part of it so far.
I was actually referring to the restart where you were on the outside lane. You had a green. You guys had a good start down in 4. You gave a lot of room down in 1 and 2. He got out in front of you. Then the yellow comes out. You get another chance at it. You change what you did that time.
Oh, yeah. I got in a little too hot there. Was up a little too high to begin with. And just as long as I held them tight, I was able to get a good run off. So overall, good night.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alex Rosenberry, your winner tonight in the 50-lap late model feature here at Midvale Speedway. JD Byrider and McDonald's night at the racetrack. We've got a 50-lapper for the modifieds coming up not too long from now.
Okay, Adam caught up with second place finisher Brian Smith. And Brian, I know you didn't want to see that caution with 12 to go.
No, first off, congratulations to Alex. My car got beat up really bad in that race. I was getting hit on every corner, and my car was so tight, I thought for sure I was going to kill Alex going in that first corner. My brakes were fading, and my car was so tight, I don't know, something didn't feel right in the steering, but my steering wheel was all over the place in the corner. I don't know. It was a handful, but it was still pretty fast, but I knew if somebody got to the outside, I was done, and that restart put him on the outside, and I knew I couldn't do anything.
In a good battle with Richie there, you guys fought tooth and nail for that second spot. You was able to hold him off. Talk about holding off one of the best down here.
I didn't even know who was behind me. I just knew I was getting hit. That's all I knew.
Okay, that's Brian Smith. You're a second place finisher. We'll run down and catch up with Richie Rohr. Richie, let's talk first about the restart where you got to the inside of Bryant and definitely didn't want to see that caution come back out.
Oh, I don't think it made any difference. Car wasn't turning very well. I don't know if I bent the toe or what, but I wasn't very good.
Compact feature getting ready to head to green. Han and Yon. And green flag is in the air. Han with a good start, leads into turn number 1. Here comes Lisa Moore in that second spot. Lap number 1 to Gerald Hahn, but here comes the 95. Looking to the inside, now looks to the outside. Stacking up for 4th and 5th. And a battle for the race lead. Here comes Lisa Moore in the 95. She'll lead at the line. Hahn battles back to the inside. Here comes Lisa Moore. Lisa Moore strong down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And she will clear Hahn. Lisa Moore, your race leader. Hahn now slipping up the racetrack. Here comes the 57 on the bottom into turn number 1. Finlayson to the outside will take over that second spot. Hahn drops back to 4th. The 57 of Mike Swaney now will take over the second spot. He'll set his sights on Lisa Moore. Contact on the front straightaway. Didn't see who it is. And caution on the speedway. Thank you, Adam. Lee Samore and Kyle Finlayson, green flag. Off of turn number 4 into turn number 1. Looks like Lee Samore is going to maintain that race lead. Finlayson still on the outside. And Mike Swaney looks to take over that third spot and does, now looking for second, and caution on the speedway. And we'll try her again as the field moves by me in turn number 3. Headed to turn number 4. Much better restart this time, as Lee Samore will look to take the lead into turn number 1, or keep the lead into turn number 1. Here comes Swaney to the bottom of the racetrack, looking to take over that second spot from Finlayson. Lee Samore, your race leader. Finlayson battles back on the outside. Here comes Swaney to the bottom at the line into turn number 1. Mike Swaney looking to take over that second spot. Lee Samore still up front in the 95. Good battle for second. Eugene Kopp Jr. up into the 4th spot, as Swaney now will take that second spot at the line into turn number 1. Lee Samore still with a slight lead over your second and third place cars. Lee Samore still the race leader. Swaney right on her tailpipe into turn number 1. Finlayson still there on the outside. Good battle up front between these 3 machines for the race lead in your compact feature. Swaney wanting to take a look to the inside, thought better of it. Lee Samore still your race leader. Here comes Kopp Jr. to make it a 4-car battle for the front spot, and here comes Gary Gibson in 5th. Finlayson doing a good job on the outside, kind of boxing the 157 of Mike Swaney in just a little bit. And Lee Samore able to maintain that race lead off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3. Finlayson still battling on the outside. Swaney and Finlayson side by side. Now here comes Swaney to the inside of Lee Samore. Not able to make it stick. Moore slams the door into turn number 3. And again, here comes Eugene Kopp Jr. and Gary Gibson, making this a 5-car battle. Up front, Laney Stresky runs 6th. Good battle up front in our second compact feature. Lee Samore now with pressure from Swaney once again. Swaney will look back in. The 95 still out front. Here comes Finlayson to the outside. He's going to continue to battle on the outside of the racetrack in that number 15 machine. Good battle. Gary Gibson, problems for him as he stopped at the entrance of the pits. Caution on the speedway.
Looked like he cut down a tire or something, Chris, as he went toward the opening over in 2, and if he did...
Field making its way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. We'll see if we can get a good restart. 2 to go at the line. Green, white, checkered in your second compact feature. Lee Samore and Kyle Finlayson. Green flag, good restart into turn number 1. Moore right on the bottom of the racetrack. Finlayson tries to battle to the outside, and here comes Beatty, not able to make it stick beside Swaney. Mike Swaney still boxed in. White flag is in the air. Lee Samore looking for her first career feature victory at Midvale Speedway. Now she pushes up high. Here comes Mike Swaney to the bottom of the racetrack. Mike Swaney is alongside into turn number 3. Little bit of rubbing through turn 3 and 4, and Mike Swaney is going to pick up the last lap pass for the victory. I couldn't see if it was Beatty or Moore for second. The other one finished third.
Big smile from Lisa Moore, even though she came up just short of her first feature win at Midvale, but a first feature win for Mike Swaney. It's hard to believe. He's come close a few times. He's been one of our top point contenders in the compact division for a couple of seasons. His son Braden has won a couple championships in a row. He's found victory lane a few times, but Mike has not. Tonight, the car, he's had issues the last few weeks. It was not good last time we ran. It really wasn't that good tonight. That's why he's in the second feature. He's got some issues. I don't know if this thing's about ready to blow up or not. Hopefully not. But Mike Swaney claims the win here tonight in the compact division. Our former assistant flagman at the racetrack for a couple of years. Have a nice round of applause for Mike Swaney. Well, Mike, I've interviewed your son a lot down here. But you, the first time, I think, here in victory lane for your car, just so many times we can look back at races you were leading and got the black flag for going under your time and things like that. Tonight, you made the move at the right time. You got the victory.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people think I was sandbagging tonight, but had a lot of trouble with the car the last 2 weeks. The boys, they win all the time, I guess, is just my night tonight, I guess.
About time to find victory lane. Make sure you go to text so it stays official, right? So they don't have to do the write-up on it.
All right.
Mike Swaney, your winner. Let's hear it again for him. His first career feature win at Midvale Speedway.
Okay, going to do our grid walk for our modifieds coming up. 50-lap feature. Tim Westerfield Jr. starting on the pole, looking for 3 in a row. What do you got? Keep this thing up front, keep it wide.
And it's just a lot of laps and a lot of good drivers behind me. So, you know, whatever the outcome is, it is. Didn't expect
Hey, look,
to do
Mike
this good this
Swaney.
year,
Mike
so
Swaney's actually going to get down as they do it.
fun.
I'm sorry to rain on your parade here, but he was going to kiss the finish line. We couldn't miss that over here, Chris. Just like he kissed the bricks at Indy, and you've seen that many a times. Our modified division starting up in 2011 with crate engines, $3,200 for a crate engine, and everybody on the same engine plan. It all comes with setup and driving ability in these cars, and it's made for very equal competitive racing with so many different feature winners in 2013. Tonight, could we see another? The pictures have been taken. Now the starting field. At the back of the pack of this 21-car field is car number 3. The JD Byryders, CNAC Financing, Greg's Recovery, Fastmass Racing, Grove Home Medical, number 3. Former champion in the sports stock division. He's been a good one coming up through compacts, pure stocks, and sports stocks. New Philadelphia driver, Tad Grove. On the inside lane, getting to the track late tonight, not getting a chance to qualify. The Black Market Creations, number 16, picked up his first top 5 finish a couple of weeks ago. He's been close in the top 10 a couple of times as well this season. From Uricksville, Neil Rowley. On the inside of our next row forward, the black and green, car number 25, the always green landscape. Baker Race Cars number 25, a rookie in the division, just started his racing career this season. From Twinsburg, Sean Martyr.
Hey, Neil said he had 700 miles to go today. He had me beat.
I gotcha. Long trips for you guys to get to the racetrack. To the outside groove. The 77, Swiss Auto Mart, D&S Towing, Scott's Auto, Jim Sunoco and Detailing. Also starting his racing career this season, a rookie in the class from Sugar Creek, Jeremy Sloan. To the inside lane, a rookie in the modifieds. He came from the pure stock division. The Fetchco Excavating, car number 18, former regular Barberton, now a regular at Midvale. From Norton, Ohio, Josh Anders. To the outside, struggling with the setup of this car in his rookie season in the modified, still working at it hard though, not giving up. The Willendale Golf Cart Sales, Front Street Automotive, Martini 97, and Seconds Resale 99. from Dover, Ohio, Jason Gruhl. On the inside lane, the car number 4. Making his first Midvale Speedway start in the modifieds, the Scott Baker lookalike car, the Baker Race Cars, R&D Auto, Rad Air, and D's 50s Place Diner car, former regular at Barberton. He's raced also at Lorraine. From Akron, Ohio, Aaron Prater. To the outside lane in car number 11, the graphics by Dave, H&H Napa, Joe's Auto Service, and Ida's Cafe number 11 from Canton, Ohio, Joe Usage. To the inside of the Hine Racing number 24, also a rookie in the modifieds. There's plenty of them this season. This driver from the pure stocks to the mods from Ravenna, Sean Kaufman. Started his racing career a couple of years ago in the modifieds. His car very fast last night in practice. Long way to go tonight's 50-lapper. From Scio, Ohio in the Rusty Nuts Racing, Alpha Heating and Cooling, Maslin Machine and Robertson Industries, car number 15, Greg Hull. On the inside lane, 2011 division champion in the modifieds, making his first start at Midvale in 2013. The Wagner Fabrication, RR Engine and Carb, Amaranth Fights Diabetes, Engravers Gallery and Signs and Capital Powder Coating 53 from Hartville, Dave Dobbins. On the outside lane, this car number 38, top qualifier tonight. He's been top qualifier a couple of occasions this year. He leads the points. The Glass Lumber, Broad Run Cheese House, Van Meter Auto, Davis Electric, Blick Tool and Die, and Silver Angel Jewelry. Car number 38 from Dover, Kevin McClintock. His closest point challenger was his closest challenger in qualifying. The CJ's Drive-Thru, Third Base Racing, Swan Racing, Ridgeco Pallet, D&B Machine, 00. From Denison, the veteran Todd Ripley. The point champion a season ago. In the Shook Auto, Kurt Guerin, MD, Myers and Miller Podiatry, Wisman Motorsports, McBride Hidden Horsepower, number 17. It's been a bit of a struggle this season, but I think he's turned the corner with the setup. His wife set it up this week. From Dover, Randy Smart. The Finish Line Motors, Finish Line Design, Wisman Motorsports, car number 5 from Canton, Ohio, a feature win early this season. It may be yellow, it may be orange, it doesn't matter, it's fast tonight. From Canton, Ohio, Justin Courtney. The Tom Ertl Racing, number 82, starts on the outside lane. Pretty good run in the 42 late model tonight in the 50-lap feature. Tonight he looks for a modified win, which would be his second of the year. From Massillon, Ohio, Bob Sibley Jr. In the 5th starting position, making his second modified start at Midvale. It was fast again today. In practice and qualifying, the Stillwell Equipment, Misty View Stables, United Foundations, Boston Car Care, number 29, from Rootstown, Ohio, Steve Mowry. To the outside of our second row, the Swan Racing Fabrication, Third Base Racing, Shortstop Drive-Thru, Ridgeco Pallet, D&B Machine, 0. Third generation racer from Denison, Ohio, the 0 is Lucas Ripley. Starting third, the Route 93, Millennium Transmission, Cater for You, Headline, Vinyl Signs and Zon Signs, number 1. Former late model champion at Barberton Speedway. From Akron, Ohio, the number 1, driven by Jesse Adams. On the front row for tonight's event, third place in points, looking for win number 1 in the modifieds here at Midvale Speedway. A great season so far for the Tim's Custom Car Center. 0-2 from Maslin, Mike Bowers. And your pole position, he's won the last 2 modified races. He's a rookie in the division. He's the only repeat winner this season in the class. He calls Norton, Ohio home. Gel Logistics, Wagner Fabrication, the sponsors for the number 9 of Tim Westerfield Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a nice round of applause for our starting field. 21 cars on the raceway for tonight's J.D. Byrider McDonald's 50-lapper.
A little bit of both. All right, a little bit of both from Jason Gruhl and Aaron Prater. You got a ways to go, buddy.
Yeah, we got a good car, but hopefully we can survive all of it and finish up front.
Keep it in one piece tonight.
Yep.
Good luck. Aaron Prater and Josh Anders. You got a ways to go too, don't you?
Yeah, just try to ride it out and see what happens.
Good luck tonight. 50 laps to do it. And Jeremy Sloan, rookie here at Midvale Speedway. You got a ways to go. You working this push out of this machine?
Hopefully get something done tonight. Let's see what happens.
Okay, that's Jeremy Sloan. Good luck tonight. And I'll send him your way, Adam.
Good job, Chris. Chris Kale, of course, coming back from vacation in Myrtle Beach. Got back right about feature time for the late model division, giving us some insight, behind the scenes info from our modified competitors. Getting a word with them before they take off. As tonight we go 50 laps, $800 going to the winner for the modifieds. Tim Westerfield Jr. and Mike Bowers. Hey, everybody get up. It's time to wave them off. 50 laps of action coming at you. Summit Racing Equipment, Economy Modifieds at Midvale Speedway. Tim Westerfield Jr. and the 0-2 of Mike Bowers on our front row. Second row, Jesse Adams in the number 1. The 0 of Lucas Ripley. 29 of Steve Mowry. 82 of Bob Siblett Jr. Car number 5, Justin Courtney. The outside of row number 4, the 17 of Randy Smart in this modified feature. Next time, we're going to find out 21 scheduled starters for this 50-lap feature in the modifieds.
And I did call him Jesse Page again. That's Jesse Adams in the 1. My bad.
That's all right. Easy mistake to make. You know, we also have a Bob Page that drives a 0-2 car and a modified down at 250. That can be easily confused with Jesse Page since it's the same number. Green flag, turn number 4 underway. Westerfield and Bowers bring them in, and we are green flag racing for this J.D. Byrider McDonald's 50-lapper at Midvale. Clean and green, looking toward the back of the field. Saw Anders get in sideways, but continue on. And it looks like Westerfield, looking for his 3rd feature win in a row, is going to lead lap number 1 as we do complete, just like we did in the late model race, our first of the 50 laps. Westerfield leads. Jesse Adams moving into the 2nd spot. Bowers caught in the outside lane. Mowry running in 4th. Ripley running 5th. Bowers might be able to hold off Adams if he's able to close the door. Not quite yet. Down into the corner. Adams working a free car. That car really is on the loose side. Dives it hard into turn number 3 as Westerfield pulls away. Adams and Bowers continue to battle for 2nd. Good running for the 2nd and 3rd spots. Mowry looks for an opening. He had a good qualifying effort, good starting position. And now I see Randy Smart in the 17 showing some muscle in the outside lane. Smart going to try to make it work in the 2nd lane. He is on the move. Smart passing cars like we were used to seeing him pass cars maybe a year ago. This season that hasn't been the case, but Randy Smart is coming to the front in a hurry, and he just about spun it out on his own down in turn number 4. Ripley checks up. Todd Ripley goes around to the outside. Justin Courtney in the number 5 had to check up. So do McClintock and Dobbins as they battle, and now Smart looks like he's off the pace. So all of a sudden, Randy Smart looks like a hero, and now that car is turned into a 0. As on the outside, he has one of the Ripley cars. It's the 0-0 of Todd Ripley going at it in the 2nd lane for the 6th spot. So you wonder what happened to Randy Smart. All of a sudden, that car just went away. Westerfield away. Lap number 8 goes on the scoring monitor, with Adams running solid in 2nd, Bowers running 3rd, Mowry running 4th, Sibla in 5th. Todd Ripley in the 6th spot. Smart, all of a sudden, can't go anywhere. He's in 7th. Courtney running 8th, McClintock running 9th, and Lucas Ripley running 10th. And the struggles continue this season for the 99 car of Jason Gruhl, as he is the first one out of the race and has went to the pits, has gone to the pits, does the 99 of Jason Gruhl. Westerfield making it happen at the front of the pack. It's going to be a battle for the number 2 spot, I think, shortly, as Bowers was actually passed by Adams on the inside lane, and now he drops into line and is racing right behind Adams. Unbelievably, first 12 laps now go on the board without a caution. First 12 laps without a yellow for Westerfield. And now we do, coming out of 2, as around goes Anders. Anders and Rowley get together. Neil Rowley in the 16 car and Anders in the 18 car. The two that get together brings out a yellow. It's going to create a double file restart, which might initiate some racing. So 11 laps in, 39 to go to the stripe pin 4. Green is out. We're underway. Restart. Westerfield on the inside, Adams on the outside. Adams working hard in the outside groove, not able to clear Westerfield. We go into the corner, still double file formation throughout most of our field. And Westerfield's going to lead at the line. Trouble coming off of the corner. Hard impact into the wall goes Anders in the 18. So a hard hit for Josh Anders. Driver is moving around inside the cockpit, but a hard hit for Anders, nowhere to go. Originally started when the 4 of Aaron Prater and the 24 of Sean Kaufman got together, coming off of 4. Prater right behind Kaufman on the restart. Got into him just a little bit. Car wiggled, and then the 18, nowhere to go, goes up and slams the outside retaining wall.
Josh Anders in the 18 machine is okay. He little out of breath, but he shoved off in there and himself. He is okay. Lots of front end damage, especially from left and right front.
18 fly up in the air. Look. No, it was number 7.
Still 39 from the checkered waving in this modified feature. We're underway. And we've got Aaron Prater in the 4 car turned around at the back of the field. Caution flag is out. Yellow flag for Aaron Prater at the back of the pack. Restarting at the tail after the last caution. Caution lights are turned out. Westerfield and Adams coming in for the green again. Turn number 4 back underway for this modified feature. .11 complete, 39 to go. Westerfield and Adams to come to green. Turn number 4. Here we go. Rest of this one still 39 from the finish. Back underway at Midvale. And a good restart it was for Westerfield and Adams. We go into turn 1 and 2. Double wide formation. Bottom opens up for Sibla. He's not quite able to get underneath Mike Bowers in a touchy moment there. As Bowers some contact. Adams there, Mowry there, and Sibla had to check up. Completing lap number 12. Still green flag racing, and now it's Ripley in the outside lane. Here comes Todd Ripley in the 00 into the 5th spot. Now going for 4th. Ripley's car is bolted. His exit of turn number 4 looked very good. We heard Jesse Adams talking moments ago about no outside lane. Well, right now, Todd Ripley's trying to prove different. Then he slides sideways, I think checking up for some cars in front of him, and now the bottom opens up for Sibla. Ripley still working hard. Ripley looking again to the outside of Bowers. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Racing hard, and now Justin Courtney trying the second lane. Got a tire rub on the 02 car of Mike Bowers. Westerfield leading the way. 2nd spot is Adams. 3rd is Mowry. 4th is Bowers. Ripley just following in line, getting plenty of rubber smoke in his face. Now Bowers still smoking heavily on that right rear tire. Kevin McClintock going to the outside. Oh, McClintock sideways, going to loop it around down in 1 and 2. .38 car, McClintock spins. Bad break for Bowers, got some contact from behind and pushed, I think, one of the bars into the tire, right, Chris? 19 laps in, 31 to go, and Mike Bowers rolling away. We'll see if he elects to stay out on the track or not. Westerfield and Adams to try again. Westerfield's had the car to beat so far. Mowry looks good in the 29. Don't count him out, especially if he's able to get up into the second spot. Good restart, back underway. 19 complete of the scheduled 50. And we're racing again. Into the corner we go. Up the banking goes the 29 of Mowry. He's going to be able to get the run needed to pull alongside Jesse Adams. So watching the driver shuffle behind him as Bowers is caught in Groove 2. Smart moves up into 5th. Bowers will fall in line in 6th. Got him shuffling back of the pack. Rowley dirt tracking down through the infield. Gets it back out on the racetrack and keeps on running. Neil Rowley spins it down into the infield. Justin Courtney in the 5, running the outside lane, the 0-2 car of Bowers. Westerfield leading, Mowry in 2nd, Ripley in 3rd, Adams runs 4th, and Randy Smart running well again to the number 5 spot. Just that brief period of action where he really dropped off the pace. McClintock trying to maneuver his way back to the front in the 38 car, still has a long way to go. Closing on the halfway mark of the event. Halfway this time, 25 laps in, 25 to go, and Ripley mounting a challenge at Steve Mowry for the number 2 spot. Westerfield leads. 2nd spot is Mowry. 3rd is Ripley. 4th is Adams. And 5th is 17 of Smart. They have broken away from Bowers, whose car continues to smoke on the right rear. Maybe not as bad as it was earlier, but still pretty heavy smoke. Bowers, that right rear, has to be heating up, and I'm sure the tire tread not as good as what it once was, and he's just hanging on to it right now as Courtney, Sibla, and Lucas Ripley line up, nose to tail behind him. You can see him starting to dirt track off the corner. That tire going away, maybe not deflating necessarily, but just going away as far as the grip goes. 30 laps in, 20 to go for the number 9 of Westerfield. And here comes Courtney again to the outside of Bowers. Now the smoke has almost ceased totally from the 0-2. That might mean that tire is getting smaller. Unless Courtney in the number 5 got into the bar. That's what flagman Terry Coletti thinks that some more contact might have pushed that bar away from the tire. Could very well be the case. That would be a huge break, as it is definitely not smoking anymore. 33 in, 17 to go. Sean Martyr, the rookie in the 25, moving over for Westerfield, Mowry, and Ripley. Jesse Adams still a good run in 4th, and we've got trouble coming off the corner. It is the second turn, and Aaron Prater in the 4. The 11 car of Joe Usich have stopped to bring out the yellow. Caution flag out. Joe Usich in the 11. See how the inside lane does, or the outside. Steve Mowry starting from second. Green flag, turn 4. Good restart. We're back underway, and Mowry shoots like a cannon out of the restart line. Oh, however, it is Westerfield pulling back alongside. Mowry's going to be able to clear him. Westerfield drives back hard to the inside. They hit. They go up the track. Mowry sideways. Smart gets some contact. They continue on. The green flag. No, and we've got him stopped just short of the finish line. The 24 of Kaufman, the 11 car of Usage have stopped. So caution will be on the 29 of Mowry, who got up into 3 and 4, went up the banking, spun the tires a little bit, and came down and hit the 17 of Smart.
Those guys did a nice job to avoid that accident. It could have been much worse for some of the contenders. And they're going to cut that off. Lots of damage to the 5 of Courtney on the front of his machine as well. Got to worry about that Nerf bar hitting the tire, and I will say that there is not much tread left on this thing.
Todd Ripley in that outside lane, inching forward, pulling into the lead. Westerfield still fighting. We've got him 3 wide back in the field. McClintock, Lucas Ripley, and Dave Dobbins. And Westerfield nearly spun it, and McClintock will back of the pack. The 38 of McClintock goes around. Ripley looked like he was going to have the better of it last time, but the yellow helped Westerfield get another chance. The green is out. Good restart for the pair. We're underway as they were dead even at the line. Westerfield shoves a little bit in the middle. That allows Ripley to pull to the lead. McClintock threads that needle with Lucas Ripley back in the field again. We come to complete lap number 33, and leading the way is Todd Ripley. Westerfield in second, Sibla in third. But Jesse Adams fighting low. Courtney a good run tonight in the top 5 right now. McClintock running 6th. Kevin McClintock on the high side of Justin Courtney, trying to move into the top 5. Lucas Ripley has his hands full in the 0. He continues to fall back. Single file until we go back to the 15 of Hull, the 0-2 of Bowers, and the 3 of Grove. It is the 0 of Lucas Ripley pulling into the pits. So Ripley off the track. "12 laps to go, 38 complete for Todd Ripley from pretty deep in the pack, where he was second fast in qualifying. And now has built up a 7-car length advantage on Tim Westerfield Jr. Closest battle on the track right now, other than Greg Hull and Tad Grove, is the 5 of Courtney trying to hold off Kevin McClintock for the number 5 spot. With less than 10 to go, as it was 9 to go at the line that time. Dave Dobbins, first night out for him this season, running pretty well, just out of the top 5 in 7th. Mowry recovering nicely in the 29 from having to make a pit stop. Caution flag is out. Yellow flag is on the raceway. Tim Westerfield Jr. in the number 9 has broken out of his qualifying time twice during the race. .42 complete, 8 laps to go. Off of Fort for the green for Ripley and Sibla. Oh boy. Sibla Jr. in the 82 got a great restart, but Ripley fights back on the inside in 1 and 2. Pulls forward, half-car length advantage into the corner. We see Adams and Courtney in a battle for 3rd. They rub a little bit of paint. Adams is sideways. Courtney has him at the line for 3rd. McClintock running in 5th right now with Dobbins on the outside. Good battles in our top 6 position. 6 laps to go. Sibla all over Ripley. Sibla right there with Ripley. Knocking on that back door. McClintock now challenging Courtney for the 4 spot. Courtney running pretty good in the outside lane. He might, though, need to get down because Tad Grove and Dave Dobbins are right behind him. And Grove's going to be able to get to the inside. For 5th now, Grove and Courtney. Meanwhile, Ripley leading, 3 to go. 3 to go for Todd Ripley. Two laps to go, Ripley and Sibla. 1st and 2nd. Courtney now off the pace in the number 5. He's going to take his ride to the pits. Problems for Justin Courtney in the 5. White flag, 1 to go for Ripley and Sibla. Ripley looking to the inside. It was Sibla looking to the inside of Ripley, not able to make the move down the backstretch into the 3rd corner. Ripley going to be able to hold him off, but it wasn't easy tonight. From deep in the field, Ripley wins the 50. Sibla 2nd, 3rd spot to Adams, 4th place to McClintock. He salvages a decent run. Tad Grove finishes 5th. Dobbins comes home 6th. And what add even more fuels whenever Sibla or Adams run over it.
Sibla got through clean. And I think the crew's going to pick it up for him on the way over. Might have a few scuff marks.
Got a camera on the hood of the 00 for Mid-Vid Racing Video. That's going to bring some exciting shots. So he's able to maneuver his way through the field and claim the win. Swan Racing Fabrication, Trenton Service, Third Base Racing, CJ's Drive-Thru, D&B Machine, Ridgeco Pallet, number 00, claiming the victory. Looks like a camera on the roof and not the hood, but whatever. The helmet might have a few scratches on it after falling out of the car down in turn 4 on the pace lap. After the race, your winner, the veteran tonight, 2nd in qualifying, 1st in the race, Todd Ripley. Well, pretty exciting race in our modifieds, as we knew it would be. A 50-lapper, pretty equal competitive field. We saw Randy Smart moving up early in the race. You followed him for a while. You got up there, made some runs on the outside, made some runs on the inside, and things worked out to where you find the outside lane on a restart, and that's a good place to be.
It is a good place to be, yeah.
So the car good tonight. Do you think you're going to be able to best this field, especially starting as deep as you were and the cars as close as they are?
The car's good. We finally found it.
It definitely was good tonight. Well, you lost the helmet on the pace lap. You almost missed Tech over there in turn 3. You got all kinds of issues going on.
That's all right. It's all good.
Your winner, let's hear it tonight for Todd Ripley, the winner in our modified feature. Pure Stocks up next, followed by our fun packs to wrap up our program. How about the 18s back out there after a hard hit earlier tonight? The 91 of Dan Winger, the 39 of Brian Lewis, the 74 of Bob Passwaters Jr., and the number 3 of Tom Early. That's the starting field. 20 laps, Midvale Speedway, Pure Stock Racing, coming at you. Forward, he closes the door on Harvey. It almost works out. Then he goes up the track. Harvey sideways. Maybe gets some help from Shimko from behind. Teddy Oliver goes 3 wide in the outside lane. Shimko trying to thread the needle. Oliver comes to a stop. And now on the backstretch, we got him beating and banging. Down into the infield goes carnage everywhere. And we've completed the first lap. Contact already as we go down into the corner. We saw Boron Shimko get together. It's Harvey sliding back in the 112. It's Shimko moving up into second. Boron's going to be able to use the inside lane. He's going to try to take third. Boy, Schweitzer gets to the bottom just in the nick of time. He's going to be able to follow Boron into fourth. And Teddy Oliver and Gary Hoopengarner got together in the corner. So Teddy Oliver in the 49 and Gary Hoopengarner in the number 6 get together going into the first corner. I think it's rubbing a little too much, might be his biggest issue. 2 laps in, 18 to go. Green is out, coming off of 4. Boron giving a little bump draft down the straightaway to Miller up front. Three wide back in the field as we watch Teddy Oliver in the 49. Car not handling all that badly. Might just be all right. It's smoking a little bit going in, though, where it's rubbing. Your leader is Miller. Battle for second between Boron and Shimko, and Schweitzer right now boxed in. Schweitzer now going to try to take third away from Shimko, and he does down in turn 3. 5 laps in, 15 to go for Todd Miller, looking for his second feature win of the year. first 4. Racing now, Schweitzer to the inside of Boron. Not quite able to get in there far enough. Boron drives it deep in the corner. He goes up the track. He opens the door again for Schweitzer, but again can't pull alongside. Schweitzer's going to try to set him up now. He goes high into turn 1. He'll try to drop low, but Boron protects the inside lane that time. Schweitzer hard into the corner. Boron there. Schweitzer, Boron, 3rd and 2nd. A little bit quicker than Miller, but he's protecting the inside lane like a veteran would. Closing on the 91 of Winger. He's going to move over for the lead lap cars, I believe, coming up. Winger will move over as Miller, Boron, Schweitzer, and Shimko will get by, and Boron slides his tires just enough. Schweitzer goes to the inside, and contact made. Field bunching up as they go off into the 3rd turn. Miller and Boron to bring him in off of the corner for the green. So far, so good for Miller. Shimko, Boron, he's got a cut tire. Boron, left rear tire going flat. Look out, look out. And Boron, with that left rear tire going down, did a great job to avoid spinning as Miller leads the way over Shimko and Hoopengarner. Bad break for Don Boron Jr. Teddy Oliver has worked his way back up into 4th, and he's trying to get around this 3rd place car, and Vince Martin runs into him going into the corner. So Vince Martin in the 5, gets into Teddy Oliver going into the corner. Eight to go, restart, coming off of 4. Shimko a good restart out there, but Miller even better. Miller pulls out to a half car length advantage. The opening is now out there for Teddy Oliver in the 49. Oliver sideways, off the corner though. Hoopengarner fighting back in the 6. Schweitzer's also made his way back up into the top 5. He's gone for 4th now. Todd Miller. The advantage with 5 to go. 5 laps left for the New Cumberland driver, Todd Miller. Schweitzer making his run to the outside of Hoopengarner. That's going to open up the inside again for Oliver. And now Martin in the 6. That 6 of Hoopengarner and Martin's car checked up middle of the corner. Allows Oliver to get by. So does Schweitzer in the 84. Racing 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Two to go this time. 2 laps to go this time at the line. For Todd Miller. White flag waving on the final lap for Miller, who's been able to pull away from Shimko, as well as Oliver and Schweitzer. And they'll race to the checker where Todd Miller picks up his second win of the year. Shimko second, third to Oliver, fourth to Schweitzer, and fifth to Hoopengarner.
He wheeled it to a third place finish.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was handling all that bad. Got a little bit loose on him, actually. Got some free toward the end of the race. It is unbelievable when you look at how bad that is up close, Chris. That 49's right in front.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. I give him a big tip of the hat. You know, Teddy can drive. Think of what he would do with two hands.
The Wilkins Body Shop, Summerdale Inn, Mr. Trailer Sales, Classic Car Creations, The Linden Tree, Talati Pipe, Bucky Mowing, Barnhill Investment Storage, sponsor number 77. Your winner, Todd Miller. Todd, congratulations. Win number 2 this season. You haven't been in here all season long. You've been in it once in a while. Josh Moss also getting behind the wheel at times. Jeremiah Hartline drove the car 1 week. We've had a few different drivers behind the wheel, and you get into victory lane here tonight for a second time. A pretty good one. Held off a few different drivers.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a lot to talk about, but I'll try to make it quick. Jeremiah Moss, they done a good job. Moss tore the nose off last week. I got my 2009 championship nose on here, and I think I might have brought us some luck. But I got to thank these guys. We blew the rear end tonight, and they got in there and fixed it. And old Jumpin' Joe 9 was here tonight, and he even helped fix the rear end. That was a good friend of my dad's. It's been a good night. We won it. Thanks to all the fans and everybody.
Todd Miller excited after his victory here tonight in the Pure Stock feature. Up next, the Fun Packs to wrap it up.
Okay, Adam, I caught up with second place finisher Bill Shimko. And Bill, I'll tell you what, this thing was a handful, but a good second place run tonight.
Yeah, it's great. Lee called me, he was giving me crap about how bad it was. He told me what to do. I did it. It seemed like it worked, but I feel like sometimes I'm in the way. But racing these guys is fun. Rich Schweitzer, Teddy Oliver, all these guys in this class, Rick Elkins, all of them are fun. I feel bad. I come down and I looked and I see him. I didn't mean to hit him. I mean, Rick's a good dude. I love that guy to death. I mean, he helps me out too. Big missing to my buddy Bill. He's on vacation, lucky guy. But,
Thanks for keeping that clean.
Yes, I tried. I'm wound up and I got a beer, so I'm good to go, man.
Congratulations. Good second place run.
All right, man. Thank you.
Bill Shimko, your second place finisher. We'll see if we can get a quick word with the one-armed bandit over here. Hey, Teddy, come here and talk to me real quick. How did you do that with a right front the way it looks?
I'm just that good.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was giving you a big tip of the hat because that thing is way towed out, and you made it work. It didn't seem to handle too bad.
No, it handled pretty good still. But Joe said, there ain't no way you're going to drive it like that. I said, watch this. As long as the tires are up, we're rolling.
Good job. Good third place run, buddy.
Thanks.
Hey, Adam, you should have seen the comedy of the 49 going through tech over here.
I'm sure it was interesting. Were they even able to put it on the scales?
They had to move the right front quite a bit, and Teddy joked about checking his camber.
Yeah, they used to have that camber rule.
Yeah.
Green flag is out, and we are rolling for the Fun Packs as Howard Bartholow leads Dan Bucky. They finished first and second in our heat race earlier. 2 laps into this 8-lap feature event for the Fun Pack division here tonight to wrap up our program on JD Byrider and McDonald's night at Midvale Speedway. Bartholow looking for his second feature win in a row. One on the big road course a couple of weeks ago, showing his versatility by now winning on the big oval possibly. Halfway this time, 4 in, 4.
Don't tell me this is the last feature. It seems like the night just got started for me.
I know, it's gone quick, hasn't it?
It has gone very quick. Of course, that's what happens when you show up late.
Missed all the heat races, missed the spectator drags. We rolled 17 cars in spectator drags tonight, Chris. You missed a great one.
Well, that's a good thing. That's the only reason why I was able to get here is that ran a little bit longer.
Oh, that's true. It is. Took a while to clean up.
I told you to try and help me out and push intermission a little bit, and you did that. Thank you.
Well, Terry Coletti's got the surrender flag in his hand. We're about to surrender this night of racing action here at Midvale Speedway. The one to go in the air for Howard Bartholow. Howard right now with thoughts running through his head of what he's going to say to the famous Chris Cale in Victory Lane. He goes into turn number 3. He races to turn number 4 and picking up his second feature win in a row, Howard Bartholow. Second goes to Dan Bucky, and third goes to Chris Bloom in the 151. Colton Bryan finishing in 4th in the backup car. And we'll be back at it next week with 6 full divisions of action, the Super Cup stock cars, as well as the modifieds, the pure stocks, the fun packs, the compacts, the mini trucks, all in action next Saturday here at Midvale. Chris, Howard's got a lap around with the checkered flag at hand before you talk to him in Victory Lane.
Yeah, that just made it so I didn't have to run. Definitely running across the infield at Midvale is not like running on the beach like I was doing this morning, but hey, I'll take it.
You were running on the beach?
I did. I had an early morning run on the beach, or a jog, maybe a fast walk.
Oh, that was nice. If you would have done away with that little fast walk or jog on the beach, you'd have been here in time for the heat.
Yeah, that was real early, though. But no, if it wasn't for that traffic, I would have made it. Okay, pulling into Victory Lane once again. Howard Bartholow, 2 weeks in a row. Trenton Tire and Mad About Maddox Racing. Sponsors on the 115 machine. As he's undoing the belts. Helmet is off. Shutting the scanner off. Cleaning his ears out. Wiping his eyes of sweat. Tears of happiness.
My gosh, you sound like Claire B. Lang down there. Unbelievable. I don't know if you know who Claire is, but she describes it as well as anybody in Victory Lane. Champagne flowing.
Yes, the champagne is not flowing, but Howard Bartholow is in Victory Lane 2 weeks in a row. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Man, you got this thing hooked up all of a sudden. What's the deal?
Oh, you get a little bit of help.
And showing the diversity of a race car driver, winning on the road course, now the oval.
Well, I like it. It's fun.
We're going to start calling you Rusty Wallace. Oh, okay, we need you to do one more thing before you're done. We need you to draw out of the box and see what we're going to run on next week. What do we got, buddy?
Backwards.
Backwards, Adam. Small oval backwards. So that'll be interesting. You think you can make it 3 in a row?
Small oval backwards.
I'm going to try.
Hey, you gotta give her a shot, right? 3 in a row.
Yeah, I'm getting better. Just as long as I keep on getting better.
All right, congratulations. Howard Bartholow, 2 weeks in a row in Victory Lane in your Fun Pack division, and they'll run the small oval backwards next week.
Flames to victory.